And how's everyone doing today? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, let me just. Yep, there we go. And maybe the right one. There we go. Yeah, no, there was an update to OBS, so everything's a little wacky right now. I still gotta figure out where everything goes. Uh alright. So yeah. We unlocked the Grenadier. Well, I unlocked the Grenadier. I have bombs I can throw. I have to reload my pistol. Hmm. Either way, gonna be interesting. Let's try it out. Does solid damage. Like, I actually did that. Actually, was doing solid damage. I do like that. And just throw a grenade. Hmm. Well, I don't like the only thing that would actually. Let's look at my cooldowns. 6-second cooldown, 12-second cooldown. Unless I'm really, uh, I shouldn't need. I should never need to use my defensive if I'm doing things right. Um, and 6 seconds. That's not too bad. I mean, it only takes 3 to fire off the entire your entire pit, all 6 shots, and then a second and a half to reload. Something that brought down my I'm actually kind of liking that Gladiator helm. That increases my specials damage. Without making the timing on it worse. So I kind of like that. Might not be the best, definitely not the worst. Really? That's that is not great. The fact that you have to line it up does make this a little harder. Okay, Necronomicon's just solid here. You know, I think Necronomicon is just straight solid here. Yeah. Being able to, if I time it right, just consistently throw a second one. Yeah. No, that's actually really busted. Necronomicon there. I like Necronomicon there. That's actually pretty solid. All right. Let's see what we got. What? Emerald take cover is probably the best option for the defensive. But yeah, no, that Emerald reload is yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Emerald reload for Grenadier. And I got Necronomicon for my second item. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it, too. So I could see that. Oh, you brat. This might be the worst fight for Grenadier. Come on, really? You've got to be kidding me. Every time I get a line up on her, she moves. Right? Pushing me constantly. What was that? God, I hate... Oh, some fights are just absolutely horrible with certain characters, and that's a good example of one. You can't chase, you have to stand off. And the time differential between when you throw the grenade and when it actually pops makes it really hard to time. I mean, it's one of those weird situations where some things are just easier on different difficulties. You know what? I think I want to start at a different place so I'm not immediately getting tossed around by knockback right at the start. Grenadier plays well, but having to stay centered on the enemy does make it a lot harder, I will admit. Well, absolutely go for the Windbite Dagger here. Half second reload. It doesn't do damage. Of course, yeah, Wind Bite all the way. Half-second reload, damage doesn't matter on that. Yeah, no, that's stupid fast now. But it doesn't matter for for the standard. Without. Dark Glass Spear or Ghost Spear? I'm assuming you're meaning Dark Glass. Oh yeah, we just reduced our secondary. Well, wait, our secondary strength is 0 anyway. All the way Dark Glass. Let's see. My primary strength becomes my specials cooldown, which is 6 multiplied by 30, so 180. 180 minus 0 divided by the time my primaries, which is 1, but it has 6 uses. So that's it moves it up to 180. Which still phenomenal, but this also gives me reason to take anything that increases my specials If I get any access to any loot that increases my specials cooldown, I want to take it. Same thing with any upgrades that increase my specials cooldown. I never thought I'd be trying to cooldown max instead of minimize. That feels weird. I feel like I said the wrong thing for that. That would be fun, but Emerald Mixed Bomb all the way here. 2 seconds longer on my cooldown. It deals more damage overall. Yeah, really. I mean, yeah, for 2, E is my best option, but I think E3 is my way to go here. That increases my special cooldown, which increases my primary damage. Yeah. Yeah, E3 is my best way to go here. And the only reason I'd use it, I think, is if I find an enemy if I fight an enemy that I know isn't moving from their location for a while. And yeah, no, my defensive just isn't even worth using unless, wait, I didn't do that right. Good girl. Like this one. 2 enemies in a row where that DPS puddle actually is a bonus. Other one right here. Of course, it's on the opposite side of where I am. I do not know how I didn't get hit there. I know how I got hit there. I really do need to learn how to figure out which one I am. You're right. I still don't know how to tell. I think I like playing Grenadier, but I've got to get used to staying in the middle of the screen. I mean, with how fast I can attack thanks to the pistol and reload. Yeah, I think Crown is the way to go here. Downside is reload does pause me for a moment. I do not know how I'm successfully dodging this damage. I am going to be full honest. Yeah, I know I'm going to run into Sanctum, but hopefully I'll have better equipment by then. Although you can't do much better than Necronomicon if you're going for a special build. No way, it's become dirt. Why did it need 2 to tell me that? Yeah, no, E2's a given. I was looking at Sapphire, though. Is it 3 shots per, is it 4 rounds of 3? Or is it... Oh, and it's... Oh, no. It's a triple hit first shot, so that is more damage. It is 1 more CD. But I'll be able to throw 3 bombs for each, for each, for each cooldown. Oh, right. Oh, and it also adds a divider to the spear. Remember? Because spear is divided by the number of times your primary hits. So anything that gives me multi-hit on my primary right now is bad. Yeah, I think this is better. Opal is better. Yeah. My brain didn't even think. Opal would have been... Opal, I should have passed up on Opal in order to get extra gold. Yeah, R1 is definitely I haven't seen G1 yet, but I have seen R1. Yeah, I haven't seen G1 yet, but S1 looks like it'd be more viable if I was, I would have to look around to see what would make S1 more viable. I think Hood all the way here. Hood all the way here. S2 makes S1 more viable. Fair enough. Yeah, I think Hood here. As much as I like it, putting as much as I like debuffs, Hood and Sunflower both give me the same move speed increase, it looks like. But Hood gives me more damage on my gun, and which is my primary damage source. I am really enjoying the 3-shot on my special, and being able to inflict that burn on it too. For an extra FU after 5 seconds. That actually is kind of nice, because that's like an extra 400 to 600 damage. Whereas the Hood's only 15 more per hit. 15 more base per hit. I wish it was my primary inflicting the burn. But I think I do need the speed for upcoming dodges. So I think the Hood is the way to go here. But the staff is definitely my second choice. Yeah. I'm actually really enjoying Grenadier. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it is taking some practice to get used to the having to stay center mass to aim, and it's going to suck doing dark house anywhere, whether depths or normal. But I had to curse myself, didn't I? I had to curse myself, didn't I? Just said Dark House is rough because of the aiming, and then I get it. I ship it. I ship it. Yeah, no, you're not wrong, but never nice to see it, you know, when you don't expect it. E1. That's solid. That is good. That is gonna be rough on the reloads. Oh well, no. I've got E1. Oh yeah. It is a downgrade. Downgrade. My GCD is gonna need triple, but 50% and larger ammo means I'll have 3 shots instead of 2. You're saying, oh, right. Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, my brain. I didn't even think about that. That means there is nothing here to take. There is nothing here worth taking then. Yeah, there's nothing here worth taking. Except a little bit of extra damage, and a head pat. Alright, let's do this. That was so much easier that time. And I'm a little pissed off about it. I was too hasty. Why did I leave that early? Oh right, because I was pissed off about losing my DPS. I freaking hate that fight. I don't care how many times I do it, that fight never gets easier for me. Well, that'll never activate because I'm trying not to, I'm not really using my defensives, so that really doesn't do anything for me. Honestly, the hairpin's the one to go for here. It's just special damage increase, and if I do have to use my defensive, I'll get a might reset. But I haven't been using my defensive, so it doesn't make sense to take crown. Oh, you. Thank you. Yeah, true. I didn't think about it that way. I hate. There we go. As long as it gets done, I'm happy about it. Not my best, but not my worst. I wonder what is my best. It's that Beyblade run. I know the damage isn't affected. It does slow my GCD slightly, but it does give me more ammo before I have to reload. With the 50% bonus from from E2, that would be 12 shots before I have to reload. It is a wider radius. All right, that's always a good thing. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. If it wasn't for how good E2 is, I'd be taking that because random debuffs are always... Giving the enemy random debuffs is always nice. Gee, thanks. It went from sounding like a revolver to sounding like a Magnum pistol. I know. I liked that. That's a nice touch. I did not see where the enemy was. I definitely like that. That's a lot better than it was. definitely. I'm not gonna say this is my new favorite character, but it's definitely one I'm gonna play on my free time too. Canary Charm all the way. There's there's nothing. I don't have anything with a GCD high enough to make Sacred Stone worth it. Okay, but that doesn't. Yeah, no, I don't have anything with with damage or a GCD high enough to make it worth it. I mean, it's just a ramping damage. Why wouldn't I go for that? That's just a one time. That's just a one time block damage, but slow me down until it does. Even if it does, increase my damage slightly. This ramps to 50. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get much out of it, but it's the best out of a trio of not great ones. More damage is more damage. Yes, I'm a distraction. Clearly you need it if you're depressed enough that you're trying to cast weird spells. That's not good. Oh, come on. And there we go. That's the Glacier set unlocked. Definitely, yeah, no, that's the spear that I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for the Dark Glass spear the next time I play Grenadier, because that was fire. I liked that. I wish I had stumbled across one of the staff that increases your specials cooldown. Would have made it even better, but yeah, this is the Grenadier exploration stream, I guess you can call it. Do I like the cat ears? No, I don't. What else? Yeah, screw it. Let's go with the cat ears. You know what? Instead of... nah, I've still got... I haven't completed the story for extra mode yet, so I don't want to keep running straight extra mode. Wonder how close I'm getting. Whoa. Is there any reason not to take Strongman's bar here? I don't see her. I mean, common is powerful, but I have to have something with a % chance for it to be worth it. And I don't have that. It's like picking, it's like filling both hands with eggs and then forgetting that the basket's in the house. I suppose I can always pick up a damage debuff % chance later. Probably. Yeah. And yeah, no, Strongman's bar is nice, but it also requires me to be right on top of the enemy for that damage to matter. So actually, yeah, I think I grabbed the common and hope that I get a % chance, or grab one if it comes up. Doesn't matter if it's a secondary buff. It's, you know. Yeah, no, that is a fair point. Better to have it in case it happens in this case than... Headlamp would be good if I wasn't probably going to be trying to cooldown max for my special. No, I don't need a cooldown max because I haven't seen the spear yet. And planning on cooldown maxing is stupid. I mean, technically, you get a second or two of invulnerability. Yeah, no, weirdly enough, I think the Poison Frog charm is the one to go for here. You know, because starting the enemies off taking 50 damage every second for, most of the fight, if not the whole fight, is kind of... Why not? It's chip damage, but it's damage. Damage is damage, whether it be chip or otherwise. The downside is it does pull down my DPS count. So, yeah, if you were trying to get high DPS numbers, stuff like that definitely does not help. Why is this conversation giving me the vibes of this is the spell that the witch is casting, made manifest? Fair enough, fair enough. You know, there's no reason not to take this. I guess, you know, because it's always just talking about lonely, 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 and never thought about it like that. There's no reason not to take this. You know, it still reloads. Just it's a pure add. And while that does do more damage, but feels wrong. Thanks. Garnet auto aims? Say less. Say less. Okay. That made my choice for me right there. That's actually... As long as Dark Glass Spear doesn't come up, I'm And of course, I really have to learn how to identify. Fair enough. I never thought about it like that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And of course, it's the bottom one. All right, yeah. I think the staff is the way to go here. Last thing I want to do is increase the GCD on my primary. And my secondary's already got enough GCD. It's, you know, I think the staff is the way to go here. It makes it so when every other time I use my special or every third time I use my special, I'll get an extra freaking, slap of damage. And 700's definitely more than my special currently is, so. Definitely need to increase that damage, though. Definitely got to figure out how to increase that damage. That took way too long. Alright, what are we getting? What do we got available? Ooh. Alright. There's our damage buff. Damage buff right there. There's our damage buff right there that we were looking for. And it's more shots. And it's multi-target, which is a bonus. Oh, come on. Stop being stupid, Kira. Really, Kira? I walked right into that. Several times. I am really sucky at my DPS dodge. Focus on mechanics if you've got something that auto aims. Stop trying to be special there. And there we go. Alright, Eternal Bloom down. What item are we going to get? I can't pass up those desert earrings if I get a percent chance. Which I have not seen one yet. I know that doesn't infinite loop, but it is nice getting 2 buffs out of 1. I'm assuming there's like a point, like a 0.3 second cooldown between this activating again, so it just can't infinite loop on itself. I'm pretty sure it probably does. You're probably right about that. But another way they could keep that from happening is to just, you know, have a cooldown on it, which makes sense because almost every other item that grants something does have a cooldown. It only makes sense that it does. Why did I wait till now to throw that? That was stupid of me. I could have dodged that. Whatever method it uses to decide how, to detect what it's got going on. She's what fell to Earth. That's kind of depressing. And also makes sense why her stuff is so ridiculous to deal with. Yeah, I think I go Opal here. And then crank damage output. That's actually a little terrifying. Because hilariously, out of all of the mechanics, Crow is the one I have the least issue with. It's the dragons it's the lasers that I have the biggest issue with and knockback. Crow's not the problem. Mostly. that might be the least egregious version of that fight I've had. I swear I have not had nothing that triggers percentages. Yeah, but Yukai Bracelet can't trigger. Yukai Bracelet can't end because I don't have anything with percentages. That includes damaging debuffs, meaning my poison would now be 90 power instead of 50. It's not much, but I'm going into the final run. And honestly, my DPS on my primary is kind of bad. I'm only dealing with like 170 to 210. I think Bracelet is the way to go here. While the staff would give me random buffs, it also requires me to be map moving huge amounts, which can leave me out of position to deal damage with my special when I use it. And if it wasn't for the Garnet, I wouldn't have guarantee of damage. So I think Bracelet is the way to go here. I think that guaranteed extra damage is definitely better, than no guarantee. I persist in absolutely hating how she knocks me back every time into something. This is one of those that's pointless to use your special with with this character. Just straight primary. This is the only spot that's good for this is when it becomes worth it to use your special. I swear that staff ended up paying so many dividends. The one I got picked up, that extra 700 grenade every time every few times I throw, I end up paying off so many dividends. They do. Let's see. Ow. That's actually pretty fire there. Wait. I love my butterflies. I beat the entirety of the main game with Druid. I love the butterflies. That's absolutely getting taken. You know, this would be... Actually, there's a few bosses that I'm about to hit that would be nice, but, is it worth it, though? It's actually shorter cooldown, so... Like I said, cooldown is longer, but it actually reduces my cooldown by a whole second. What do y'all think? Is Ruby Mix worth it? What do y'all think? Is Ruby Mixed worth it? And it's more damage, and it's to both sides. And I'm entering the hallway with all the doubled bosses and all that. I mean, it's not like it's not going to be... You know, this is actually kind of worth it. You know what? Let's grab the Ruby. I think Ruby's gonna be... What is my current damage output like for special? 568. That'll increase by 40. I already took Emerald. That's not Emerald defensive. That's not even a question. I think Ruby is... Yeah, I think let's try Ruby. The hallway's got all those doubled bosses, so this could actually be kind of fire. Yeah, but starting one of these, starting one of these off with damage on both instead, especially with the auto target. That's actually kind of nice. Especially if they land close enough, they both hit on the same enemy. I didn't think about that. That might actually be... Bleed here? Yeah, bleed does get plus 40. Hmm. And the cooldown is almost as long, and it lasts for almost as long as the cooldown is. So it'd only be off for like 2 seconds before it hits again. That's fair enough. Um, it also deals 420 instead of 380. It's worth noting it also does 420 instead of 380, so that's an even bigger bonus. Oh, that was bull. That was entirely my own damn fault. I wasn't paying attention. Damn it. I got focused on the DPS and forgot where I was. It wasn't a bad run. Could have been better. All right. We have Yeah, I'm trying to clear out story. That's the whole reason I'm still on cute mode. I'd rather make as much progress on story as possible instead of little nips and tucks at it. So what is that? Just 2 left and I'm at 59. All right. All right. This will probably be the last run for the day. For me, at least on stream. Do I take the random buffs or do I take the scale mail? Yeah, I'm thinking scale mail. And hope I don't come across the spear and realize I just screwed myself out of special cooldown. I mean, yeah, I suppose there's no reason not to build towards reduced cooldown unless the spear is the first item you get. If the spear is the first item you get, yeah, build towards it. I would be so pissed off if it showed up right after we just took scale mail. I'm thinking I'd just apply Spark. Yes, this is nice, but I'm not using my defensive a lot. Pajama hat would be funny, yes. Gauntlet I don't like because I don't like with how I like the fast shot. I don't want Gauntlet. I don't think 30 seconds, 30% more damage is worth the longer reload cooldown. Well, longer reload GCD. Well, it won't really matter, but it does. I do not know the Grenadier tech. This is my first day using Grenadier, so I don't. Of course I don't. Spark would... No, Spark is nice, but... You know, I think about it, I don't think Tough would be that bad. I think Tough might actually be the right one here. Especially with the scale mail. Alright, what are we getting for an item? Ooh. Fair enough. All right. What do we got in the that right after taking tough, I don't think Sapphire is the way to go. Yeah, 2-second special I think is where I'm going here. I wish I could get G2 right now. If I come across G2 next time, G2 is the way to go. Yeah, I know. I really did just reload right at the start of the battle again. I do that way too often. I wasn't even paying attention, just focusing on damage there. Come on, fire. Stop reloading when you don't need to. Yeah, I know. Now I get G2 after the whole run without the percent chance. I know. I swear, even... I swear, I got items that triggered on percent chance, but none that had a percent chance to trigger. It was so ridiculous. Ah, I missed it completely. Ah, top corner. Yeah, no. Hmm. With a 2 second freaking special, there's no reason for me not to take Clockwork. There's no reason for me not to take Clockwork Tome here. With how often I can drop my special, there's no reason for me not to take Clockwork Tome here. I think it's the one to take. Oh, right, I keep doing that. Oh, come on, that was pure stupid on my part. That was two. Stop reloading right as you need to dodge. And stop hitting everything. My brain is not functioning this fight. My brain was just not functioning that fight. I don't think I like longer. I don't think I like long GCD on my reload. That made me feel a little hateful there. Do we have any questions? Yes, we do. I've got 2 left. I've got 2 on the marker. On the map screen there were 2, so I hope I'm getting close. That giant stone club is so tempting, but losing it's so tempting, but adding 0.6 to my primary's GCD makes it almost as slow as my reload. And it also slows me down. I'd have to 2.5. I would have. You know what? Between the 2, I think I'd rather take the giant stone club. G3 or O3? We'll try it. We'll hope for either one of them. You invited the challenge. You've gotta, let's prepare to embrace the suck here for a minute. It reduces my defensive's GCD by 2 and helps counteract some of that speed reduction. I think Cloak is the way to go here. Either Cloak or Golden Katana, one of the two. Smart thing, actually. Do I... With how many shots I'm firing off, Golden Katana feels like it's way too possible. This is a tough call. I'm going with the katana, and I'm probably going to regret it, but it's damaged, so it's hard to say that it's bad. Yeah, no, Fury, you're right. It actually would be excellent if I could guarantee myself a source of rabbit luck. If I see something with rabbit luck, I'm gonna have to grab it. I swear, the longer this storyline has gone on, the more depressed about the characters seem, and it's kind of scary. G3 or O3, and of course I get neither. I'm thinking S2 and the Golden Potion. It's 30% low, but twice as many. That GCD is ugly. I will say that. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. No, it's yeah, golden potion for sure. I'm slowly getting better at the at decisions in this and learning patterns. That's the big thing. Horrible at learning patterns. All right, let's keep it going. I wasted that. Well, at least I'm... What do you know? I got it right for once. Nuke was right. Oh, brain, focus. Really, brain? Come on, focus. I'm over on... Yeah, it was pure burst damage that time. Not really good DPS. There's no reason not to take White Wing here. There is absolutely no reason not to take White Wing here. Swing with my special first, and it's 40 more base per hit. Before the multiplier. Yeah, anything to increase my base before multipliers. Yeah, it's without a source of rabbit luck, that the katana is a regret. Oh, really, brain? My brain is farting out on me. That last one was pure me being stupid. There we go. Wow, wow. Oh, God. The katana was the what killed. Holy cow, Tiny. But, yeah. It's after the boost? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Why would you not add all base adjustments before your percentage boosts or reductions, because I do have one reduction on. That makes no sense. Why would you? I mean, that's a. Oh, wait, nope. I mean, yeah, I would need to look up specifically what that one item, whether that one item applies before or after, I think. Hmm. And of course, we're not going to see G3 or O3 the rest of this run now. I'm thinking R1 and E2. I need. That's weird. Yeah, definitely. 8 shots. 8 shots, becomes 12 and 40% damage and 40% what bigger. Yeah, all for that. And there was the luck potion. The luck potion's in there. It's not rabbit luck, but it's there. We haven't seen the luck potion yet. It's a little late now, but yeah. Oh, crap baskets. I wasn't paying attention. Where was I throwing that? Huh. Grenadier Ruby Primary. How much did you like Bruiser Primary? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, I really need to stop pressing my secondary first. I mean, I think Hawk Feather all the way. It would literally make it so I could just hold it down. Yeah, Hawk Feather all the way. My GCD on special is 3.5. This will bring my cooldown down to 4. I can literally just hold it down and fire off shots in that half frame window. Oh, you punk! You ran away. Take advantage of this time to reload. That would have been hilarious if the golden katana killed. That actually might be my fastest Mel ever. No, because I've had one thorn before. I've had one thorn cycle before. That is not my fastest one. So you were saying you think Sapphire special also? Yeah, I think that's... Yeah. And now just throw the rest into level ups. I really kind of hope we get G4 or O4 and it's worth it. Because I'm one gem away from getting from finishing a run with all four with a different gem. And that'll get me that unlock without having to fight, without the fights. Which will reduce how many runs I need for Shadow. Oh, hold up. We haven't done it this run. Good girl. It's especially important right before Dark House. Oh, you brat. Oh, I absolutely hate that pattern. But yeah, that's some damage. Also, the chances of that trigger like that. That's the first time I finished that one in that cycle. That is the first time I have finished that fight in that cycle. That is the fastest I've ever done that. Beyblade wasn't that fast. I'm really tempted to go for that grimoire. Wait. No, Queen's Crown and just don't buy anything. It's not rabbit luck, but it's... It's not rabbit luck, but it is are capped at double. I mean, still. No, 10%. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. 10%, 10%, 5%. If it happens, it happens. Grimoire it is. Yeah. With how often we're throwing our special, they'll be permanently cursed. Yeah, that's how often we're throwing our special. Damn it. No. Yeah, no, that damage wasn't escaping. I'm fine with taking that hit because that was a good fight overall. One luck. Okay, yeah, no, that's... Yeah, I think I'll stick with rabbit luck when I need, for stuff like that. Oh, we do have G4. What is G4? Is that worth it? No, it's not. That is not worth it. Unless the freaking... it is... You're right, it is worth it for the unlock. It is worth it for the unlock. And now just dump the rest into the levels. I don't know why I stood there. My brain just kind of farted out. work. Yeah, no, that would be really nice. Get some good buffs, but yeah, I hate that teleporting one, man. That thing screws with me every time. I got smite that time. There's Black Strike. Alright, what are we getting? What are we getting? Last one. Why would I... What do I have that's a percent chance? I know I have something that's a percent chance. Yeah, I have the Golden Katana. How often have we seen it trigger? I don't think we've seen it trigger very often. Because it only triggers on my primary and secondary right now, and I'm barely firing my primary. I'm only firing my primary once every 4 seconds instead of continually. Is it worth it for the extra chance at it? Or do I go with the Glacier Spear and, you know, have my one hit of my primary apply freeze? Okay, yeah, no, then, yeah, no, we go for the freeze then. Oh, no, we use this. That's 3 hits of freeze every time you use your defensive if you're close enough. I think Cold Steel Shield's the one to go for here. Yeah, no, Cold Steel all the way. Yeah. Yeah. But my special is my defensive is a GCD of 12, so I'd get that like 1 every 4 cycles. It's worth remembering though. I need to remember I can do that. Also means I'd have to put my reload into my cycle more often. But it gives me tools, and that's nice. Oh, hey. Which one are we telling her that we're gonna have to knock some sense into her, or are we just gonna tell her everyone's better without the spell? Which one are we telling her? One? I see a one. Any others? I actually don't dislike the one. I mean, comes off as you're both heated in the moment. So yeah, let's go for it. There we go. And we unlocked the painter set. Hilariously, I think numbers wise, that means I only need one more run to unlock the shadow. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get a third, a second expansion to it, a third story, for the game. That would actually be pretty cool if we got a third story to, to expand out even more. Don't know where they go with it, but it'd be interesting to see where they went with it. Yeah, no. Tiny, I kind of kind of agree with you. It should probably be its own game because that, to be fair, it felt like the first one wrapped up the story, but then the extra gave us a good continuation to that story. And I don't know how to feel about that. Yep, credits time. We will do the credit. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I can always go looking for it's hilarious that the moth bay is attracted to the essentially a dimming fire. That's adorable. That was a nice feel good moment there. Yeah. Yeah. It is. I'm still saying Taurus and Scorpio. I ship it. But Liza needs head pats. Liza needs head pats, though. 100%. It is. It's such a good song. Okay. I'm gonna say it right now. If we don't get Tasha as a shopkeep or somebody we see in the next game, I think there's going to be a lot of people a little upset. Yeah. I I like how they made it logical for those two to choose to be the shop, to help you by selling things. It actually felt kind of natural for the way it was introduced to them as the shopkeepers. Nice. Yeah, no, dude, I mean, I know they do tell you that in the story, at least vaguely, but they never say straight up that we were commissioned. Just always comes across as us as adventurers decided to take it on because we felt it was right, not that we were commissioned. You know, why else would we be so persistent? Oh, there was. I have to look at it again sometime. Oh no. Oh, it is actually exceedingly fast when I normally stop by like 20-25 minutes. Um uh yeah, no okay, so we need two more extra runs in order to get unlock Shadow. We need two more full extra runs to unlock Shadow, and then it's just music to unlock. I think we will. I think I'll probably unlock Shadow off screen, and then and then the Wednesday stream will be us trying out Shadow. And after the Shadow stream, I don't know how much longer I'll be playing it on stream, but I'll still be playing it. I think Wednesday we try out Shadow. Friday I'll open up for a multiplayer, day. All right. One sec. Can you hear me now? One sec. One sec. The ad breaks almost. Okay. So I'll unlock Shadow off screen. Wednesday will be our Shadow testing, trying it out. Probably running chaos runs just because it's unlocked. All right, well, then Wednesday we'll do the multiplayer, and Friday we'll do the Shadow. I'll still unlock it off screen, but Friday we'll do the Shadow, Wednesday we'll do the multiplayer. Well, I mean, I want to play it again past just completing the story. So you will see it again in the future past this week. Maybe not every day, but like maybe I'll just do it on like Fridays or something like that. I enjoy the game. I'm not going to stop playing it. I might alternate it with with occasionally playing Hollow Cure, especially because the is actively working on an update. There's more items I haven't unlocked. They're not unlocked in Toy Box either. I want to unlock them in Toy Box too, so that I can try out builds. You know, and I'm probably a little too loud because I can hear people moving around. I wanna figure out as many different ways as I can to set up that Beyblade. The Hammer-made Beyblade, because that was really fun and I enjoyed it. But yeah, let's see how'd we do. 35 was my best on us on single player for easy, for cute. I'm going to be trying that. Because I've got a normal run with Pyro here, but that was a chaos. I did a Pyro chaos run. Not the harder of the two, the first one. Which 33 minutes on that, 27 on the $31. So Pyro I did better with Pyro. True random, I believe it was, not chaos random. Can't believe I only ever completed one with there is more. All right, I'll have to look at it again. I have not completed a run with Defender yet on any difficulty. I need to do that. I've done it once with Bruiser. I haven't even played Sniper, to be honest. I haven't even touched this one. I actually didn't do too bad on a... This is where I did most of my runs. Had that one Jesus run that put me nearly sub 20. I tried to run with Dancer, but didn't get enough DPS to survive. Wait, I completed one with her? Actually wasn't bad damage. Yeah, I think I tried one with Assassin and it did not go bueno. I don't even think I touched Wizard yet. This'll tell me. Yeah, oh, I did touch Wizard. Okay. Alright. Okay, she actually looks kind of spooky there with those eyes. 1753. That's still fire. That's still ridiculous. Tasha look Tasha looks way too excited in that picture. Oh. Why is that Asha got the head empty, no thoughts, perfectly down there? Oh, I know it does. I'm just flipping through the pictures at the moment. Mm. The head empty Asha would be perfect for a background. I kind of want it for a background. Yeah, no, seriously, we need. Yeah, let's see. It was. Mhm. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. I use a wallpaper engine, so I'm gonna have to. Mm. I like how he absolutely calls out what he knows fans will do if they decide to write any fan fiction. He says, "Please don't read into it that much." That's hilarious. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, here's the one. Which Zodiac Storm Beast is? Huh. All right. Well, yeah. Yeah. No, I saw that in the notes. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I will, I'll be, next stream is on Wednesday. I'll either be doing Shadow or I don't know, or, or running, chaos runs, you know, trying to unlock some more unlockables. Who knows who we'll start with, you know? Might get some practice with the wizard so I can do wizard runs on after, you know, who knows what we'll do. But either way, catch you guys next time. Peace.